Man, Kat, I don't think you should knock a side-parted afro till you've rocked a side-parted afro. I think that's your next do. Now, we are discussing an incredible breed of dog this morning. Anarette Mainkies is here to reveal a Dutch breed that looks like it's wormed its way into your heart for sure. And
Absolutely.
I would imagine, judging by the nature, a lot of South Africans are loving these little guys. Kooikerhondjes.
Yes,
is that right?
that's correct.
Yay.
That's
Okay.
absolutely correct.
So they hail from the Netherlands, obviously. Tell us a little bit about the breed.
Well, they were almost extinct after the Second World War. So there was a lady in the Netherlands that had to really go and find some of them to breed the breed back, actually. So they, from a very small gene pool, and yeah, that makes them even more special today that we can still have some Kooikerhondjes around.
Traditionally, what would they have been bred for?
They were traditionally bred to lure ducks into captivity. So they would work as a companion dog with a handler who will basically have a cage, which is the Kooiker. That's where the kooi comes from. The Kooiker is a cage at the end of a built sort of channel at the end of a dam. So the dogs would walk next to the dam, and the ducks, being curious by nature, would actually swim looking after their tails, appearing and disappearing in the reeds. So then the ducks would swim, and then eventually they will be caught in the cage, which was the Kooiker.
So they use prettiness to catch the duck. It's an interesting hunting technique.
It's not really hunting like you would think of hunting.
The
it's
least
more
aggressive
luring.
hunting dog. No, very sweet. What are their natures like? They've been very friendly with us, and they've obviously had a bit of time to get comfortable in the studio. What are they traditionally like with kids, with other people?
They initially they can be reserved with strangers, so they'll suss you out a little bit initially, but once they get to know you, they're very loyal, they're very friendly, they're alert, and
very attentive with their owner.
Yes, very attentive, and they tend to choose a person and actually, attach to that person. This one especially, he's absolutely attached to me.
So what are their names? I'm being so rude.
Oh, this is Bowie. He comes all the way from Sweden. He's actually an import because there are so few of them in the country.
International man of mystery.
Yes, and he's only 2 years old. Kaylee was bred by a lady that immigrated from the Netherlands, Joyce de Vick, who sadly passed away recently. And her dogs all hail from the Netherlands, but unfortunately when she passed away, the animal welfare spayed all her dogs. So at the current moment, these are the only two in the country that can reproduce, except one of her sisters as well.
Oh,
so we're hoping that
lots
we can
of responsibility
continue.
on these little shoulders, man. So what do we have to take into mind when caring for the Kooikerhondje?
Well, they do love their exercise, so they obviously need exercise. They do molt a lot, so you have to brush them. But otherwise they're easy to keep clean. It's not like the dirt stick to them, and they actually have a naturally waterproof coat. So you don't really need to bath them a lot either, because that takes away that
the natural
waterproofness of the coat. But they love water, they love swimming. Mine are always in the dam, in the pool. So, But other than that, a little bit of brushing.
Are these show dogs? Do you put them...
They are show dogs. I showed them. They're both breed champions. His must just still be ratified by Kusa, but she's a breed champion.
A bona fide champion.
Yeah, and they both do agility as well. The sport where the dogs run across obstacle courses, and he's a champion in dog jumping already.
I love it. Well, they really are the perfect little package. Beautiful,
they're medium,
friendly,
small size,
athletic. I love it.
Yeah, they're very agile.
Kooikerhondjes, you get the stamp of approval. Anarette, thank you so much for joining us. All the best for
Pleasure.
2013. I hope it's a fantastic year for you
Thank you.
and for your beautiful breed. I hope when we catch up with you again that the family has increased
We hope so
by
too.
a number. But thank you so much for bringing them through, guys. Thank you so much for having such a sunny disposition at this early stage of the morning. Likewise, we've still got lots more to come. We're incentivizing, sticking around this morning. More giveaways. We're going to be getting into our tech review in just a moment. And of course, I'm going to be discussing more on AFCON. Stick around.
Share the love with South Africa's most loved dog food, Bobtail, for strong South African dogs.